Good morning, student. Today we will discuss about the food chain and food web. Okay, both the topics are not new for you, but we can relate it in another aspect. Okay, so anything which we eat, why we eat food? Because we get energy from this food. Okay, so the food or energy can be transferred from one organism to other organism, and that is the main concept of food chain. Means how energy is transferred from one level to another level, that is only known as the food chain, because food is only the source of energy in our ecosystem. Okay, the starting point of food chain is a category of organism, mean all the first step or first level of food chain is always producers. What are producers? We had already discussed in our previous classes. All the food chain begin with the green plants or grasses. Okay, so that's why these green plants or grasses are the original source of all food. So that's why producers are generally, we can understand them, they are the base of any food chain, because all the herbivores depend only on green plants for their food consumption. Okay, so suppose if I am telling you about this food chain which I had shown on your screen, so you can observe that green plants are there: grasshopper or bluebird, snake, owl, and decomposers. Okay, all the things are here. So how we can understand them? Okay, so grasses, the sequence of living organism in a community in which one organism consumes other organism to transfer food energy. So one animal or organism consume other to transfer food energy, that is known as food chain. Okay, so in a list of organism showing who eats whom, means grasshopper eat grass, bluebird eat grasshopper, snake eat bluebird, owl eat snakes, and when they all died, they are just decomposed by decomposers and change themselves into smaller components or particles. This is known as the whole food chain. Okay, now let us make this point more clear by taking example of simple food chain of a grassland or a forest. Okay, in a grassland or a forest there is lots of green plants. Is it true? Lots of green plants, and these grasses or green plants are eaten by animals, okay, or different insects. Yes, so these insects like grasshopper generally eat grasses. So that time grasses, all type of grass or green plants are known as producer, and it consumed by grasshopper. That's why grasshopper first or primary consumer. Okay, then this grasshopper eaten by bluebird or consumed by bluebird. So it means that bluebird are the secondary consumer who consume grasshopper, and third tertiary consumer snakes eat bluebirds. Are you getting my point? So these are the different steps by which we can understand that how this food chain runs in our ecosystem. A food chain represents a single directional transfer of energy. You can see there the energy can be transferred in this way. Are you getting my point? Energy is transferred from one step, second step, third step, fourth step, and when they all died, the ultimately all the macromolecules convert into micromolecules, and these micromolecules just mix up with the soil with the help of decomposers. That is only the study of food chain. The study of food chain is an area or habitat help us in knowing various interactions among the different organisms and also their interdependence. Okay, I hope this example is clear and you just understand whole main concept of food chain. Means One more example, grass is taken up by the worms, herbivores, and these herbivores eaten up by carnivores, and these carnivores eaten by top carnivores. Okay, like simple, what is the food chain of aquatic ecosystem? Algae are the phytoplanktons. These phytoplanktons are eaten up by aquatic ecosystem. It is of the forest ecosystem or grassland ecosystem. In aquatic ecosystem, how food chain runs? Algae means phytoplanktons, okay, eaten up by protozoans means zooplanktons, okay. Then these protozoans eaten up by small fishes, and small fishes are eaten up by the big fishes. So are you getting my point? So phytoplanktons are or algae known as producer, protozoan or zooplanktons are known as herbivores, small fishes or carnivores are fishes are known as carnivores or primary carnivores, or big fishes are known as the large carnivores or secondary or tertiary carnivores. So by this we can understand the food chain. I hope food chain is clear. Now we will discuss about the food web. So food web is very simple, children. If all the food chains are interconnected, so that time it is known as the food chain. The interconnected food chain operating in an ecosystem which establish a network of relationship between various species. You can see that butterfly is not only eaten up by raven or that lizard or ringtail, it can be eaten up by the jackrabbit, it can be eaten up by the pine marten. Are you getting my point? Or herbivore, not only that frog eats herbs, frog can eat other worms also, or deer deer not only eat only grasses, deer can eat the leafy plants also and other plants also. So are you getting my point of view? Mean when the all type of food chains are interconnected with each other in a large ecosystem, that time it is known as the food web. Okay, so a large number of food chain exist in a community of living organisms in an ecosystem. Mean different ecosystem are there for pond ecosystem, crop field ecosystem, forest ecosystem, grassland ecosystem. Mean if all the food chains are interconnected with each other for the for fulfill the requirement of organism, that time it is known as the food web. Okay, so in the food web we are having the of uh, numerous pathway by which energy can flow in a different communities. Okay, like the food web start from the plant which is a producer and end up in a top carnivores. They are the tertiary carnivores and they are known as the top carnivore. It start from the producers and end up with the top carnivores. So there are many food chains operating in a food web. You can only see that plants, rabbit, hawk, plants, mice, hawk, plant, mice, snake, hawk, all the things are here, children. So you can understand that how they are interlinked with each other. So that is only the main concept of food web. Okay, I hope food web is clear. In our next class we will read up about the trophic levels. What are the different trophic levels and how energy flows, and how in trophic levels pyramid form, pyramid of number, pyramid of biomass, or like this, how the energy flows in a different trophic levels. This we will read in our next video. If you have any query, any question, please send me. Okay, thank you, children.